Open your hands. Vancouver police, you better do it right now.
For what?
Otherwise you're gonna get hurt. You got raw cocaine in your hand.
It's not raw.
Okay, what is it? It's candy. Really?
Yeah, it is.
You know what? Don't
Why?
repeat it.
I'm not.
Because, ready?
Okay, no.
Then get down on ground right now. You're under arrest. Open your hand. You understand me?
Just put it behind your back. Stop moving. Just put your hands behind your
Back
back.
up now. And there he goes. He just dropped it.
Yeah, of course. I saw it.
Stand still. Vancouver police. You understand? You see the badge, right? Stop moving.
Welcome to Vancouver's Downtown Eastside, where an extraordinary squad of police officers engage in an ongoing battle to keep control of one of the toughest beats anywhere in North America.
Police, we're coming in!
For decades, Vancouver's Downtown Eastside has been caught in a vicious cycle of drugs, poverty, and crime. But despite these problems, the police who work this beat maintain a strong connection to the neighborhood and thrive on the face-to-face encounters their job requires.
How old's your son?
He's 9.
Hopefully you can spend some time with him.
You say you got to do it for yourself, but he's a big motivation.
Okay, see you later.
Sergeant Toby Hinton has worked these streets for 20 years. But since accepting a temporary promotion to a managerial position a few months ago, all that has changed.
Your ability to walk out the door and do a project will, in my opinion, diminish.
As an acting staff sergeant, Toby has had to spend more time working the books than the beat.
Leaving the street, a little bit surprised that I did. It's a tough gig to replace. You go from taking guys down at gunpoint to tagging a found property in an office. That's enough of that excitement.
Now Toby's temporary promotion is coming to an end, and he has to decide if he's going to apply for the permanent staff sergeant position.
Okay, everybody, thanks for coming down today. I realize some of you are on your days off, so I appreciate you coming in.
At a manager's meeting, Inspector Adam Palmer raises the issue.
As you know, last month they announced a staff sergeant's competition. It's to fill 2 positions in BET and 1 position in major crime. Ruben applied, and there's somebody else in this room who I'm going to put a little pressure on to apply also. So maybe we'll put some pressure on the guy to your left then, Mark. See what we can do there.
Okay. Adam Palmer is my inspector, and he's a good guy. I respect him. But making a move into more upper management and administration for me is, it's like, I wouldn't say I'm super keen at the prospect. We'll see where it goes.
Like Toby, 4-year beat enforcement team veteran Constable Christy Fisher has a talent for policing these streets.
I love being able to get out there and walk. There's always something happening. Where'd he go? He went over towards the lane. Shall we go surprise him?
Today, Christy and her partner, Constable Tara Monroe, spot a man they've arrested before for drug dealing.
Are you in your no-go?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think you should have a seat right over here.
He has a court-ordered restriction not to be in this area.
We're out there and we pound the pavement, and I mean, every time I turn my head, someone could go to jail. That's frustrating. It has absolutely nothing to do with hating you. It has to do with people that absolutely abuse the court system.
The man has his own interpretation of the court order against him and doesn't believe he's breaking it.
That's actually what my lawyer was able to argue about.
No, how ridiculous is that?
Well, because it's the truth. But that guy says if it starts at the street and goes that way, and I'm on this side of the street and I touch the street, and I'm not actually in my right way. Just like I told you.
Although Christy and Tara don't buy the man's argument, they decide to cut him a break.
You may leave, but don't be on Carol. Little drug dealer.
I know. How does anybody believe that the sidewalk is not part of the street?
That guy's rubbing me the wrong way.
I know.
In the Downtown Eastside, rampant drug dependency often leads to violent crime. One group consistently targeted is the elderly.
Strangers follow us in, and they're young guys that come in.
Especially around check time, you know, that's when it's bad.
Well, they know that we got money.
The beat enforcement team are trying to reduce the threat to the area's seniors, and Acting Staff Sergeant Toby Hinton has been leading that fight, running Operation Old Timer, where undercover police pose as elderly decoys to catch those preying on the area's most fragile residents. Now, the beat enforcement team is preparing to run the operation again, but this time with Toby as the decoy.
Basically, we're looking at putting a decoy out, and that decoy will be me. And the decoy aspect of it is the person has to be elderly.
He meets with special effects makeup artists to discuss his transformation into an old man.
Boy, I'm fairly well known around here, and I can't be looking like I do.
2 silicone makeups we did. That's the original guy, obviously, and that's the result.
Yeah, that's good.
It looks extremely realistic.
Okay.
Why? Because we're using this. Touch that. And that's what makes it all realistic.
This is exactly what we're looking for. It is a risky undertaking, and the makeup, I think, is really critical.